Good day, and here is a continuation of our SHL tutorial. Thank you for watching the first version, and do well to subscribe and drop your comments and feedback. So let's go right on to today's questions. We'll be solving five as well in this practice tutorial. So this question one, five employees take turns to distribute letters in the office. Each employee is on duty for 4 consecutive days, excluding weekend. What are the first and last days when Beatrice is on duty? So first of all, let's find out the days for which duty occurs. And this calendar starts on Sunday, so we'll be using the calendar that starts from Sunday. And they said 4 consecutive days. So we have 2 to 5, and then we have 6, 9, 10, 11. This is the second one, this is the first one. Then we have 12, 13, 17, 3. Then we have 18, 19, 20, 23rd, 4. And then finally we have the fifth one. There's a confirmation here saying that the calendar ends on 29th and does not include 30th and 31st. So now let's go along with the arrangement. So since there are five, we would not need the sixth column and the sixth row. So now let's arrange Beatrice, David, Faye, Jack, Manpreet. Starting from the top, Beatrice is unavailable on the 9th and 13th, 9th to 13th. 9th falls is and that falls in the second to third week. So Beatrice is not available second and third week. Next, David comes before Manpreet. So let me call this number 2. David comes before Manpreet. So that tells me something. David cannot be the last and Manpreet cannot be the first. Third thing, they said Faye is after David. So we have David and Faye. So it tells me another thing. Faye cannot be the first. And since David comes before Manpreet and comes before Faye, that means David comes before two people. So David cannot be the fourth because it has to have two people behind him. Then number 4, Jack comes after Manpreet. So we have Manpreet and Jack. So it tells me something. Manpreet cannot be the last because Jack comes before it, and Jack cannot be the first. But if I combine number 2 and number 4 together, I have David, Manpreet, Jack. So it tells me two people are before Jack, and at this point now it will be 3 people behind David because now we have Manpreet, Jack, and Faye. Right. So next, they tell us that Manpreet's last day is Monday. So if we go to the calendar, which week has his last day on Monday? That is week 4, 18, 19, 20, and 23rd. So Manpreet is on the 4th week. Manpreet is on the 4th week. And then they said from the 4th point, Jack comes after Manpreet. So Manpreet is number 5. Right? So that means Beatrice, we already have somebody in 4, we already have somebody in week 5. So Beatrice has only week 1 there. So Beatrice is week 1. So what are the first and last days of Beatrice? That is 2nd and 5th. So we are done solving this question. Next question. So next question says quality review theme. Let me try to have it done here. So first of all, we have week 9, 10. So the boxes are in box of 30 minutes. So we have 5 to 6 as well blocked. So based on this, they said quality review should happen before scrum meeting. So we have quality review, scrum meeting. Right. Next, they said Jay's review should happen directly after catch up with Peter. So catch up with Peter, we have Jay's review immediately after. Okay, should happen directly after. Then we have scrum meeting should come up before product demo. And once these conditions are met, schedule product demo as early as possible. So the first that should come up is either Jay's review or quality review. But we cannot find catch up with Peter because the boxes are just blocked and we cannot over around them compared to if it was the actual test. This is a screenshot I got from a group chat. So I'll just assume that the meeting 11:30 to 12:30 is the catch up with Peter. So first I would input quality review for 30 minutes. So this one goes quality review Then now I have J's review. Then next I have Scrum meeting, which is 30 minutes. Sorry, Scrum meeting, which is 60 minutes. J's review is 30 minutes. Then next, so Scrum meeting is 1 to 2. And then finally, product demo. They said schedule as early as possible, 2 to 3. Now we are done with this question. For this question, now it's an arrangement question as well. So we have Oscar, Quintin, Sholu, Patty, Rachel, and Tandy. So first one, they said Oscar and Tandy have 2 people between them. Okay. Number 2, nothing really was said. Next, we have up to number 4 before something else is said. So it says Patty and Sholu have 2 people between them. Okay. But they didn't tell us the arrangement. So it can either be Sholu dash dash Patty, or it can be Tandy dash dash Oscar. We don't know. Then next, they said number 5, they said that Rachel arrives after Tandy. So if this is Tandy, Rachel arrives after it. But Rachel comes before Patty. Though they didn't tell us if it's immediately before or after, but they told us that Rachel arrives after Tandy. So that means from this we can see that Tandy cannot be the last 2, because at least it has Rachel and Patty behind it, and Patty cannot be the first 2 because it has Tandy and Rachel in front of it, and Rachel cannot be the first, neither can it be the last because it has one in front of it and one behind it. Then the 6th one, they said Tandy arrives earlier than Sholu, with at least one employee arriving between them. So if we have Tandy, we have something in between, and Sholu. So that tells me something. That tells me that Sholu cannot be the first, neither can he be the second, because it has 2 before it, and that is beautiful. So now let's just go ahead in arranging it again. Let's start with Sholu and Patty. So it says that Sholu and Patty have 2 people in between. So if Sholu is 3, that means Patty would be 6. And Patty cannot be 4 or 5 because that would mean Sholu is 1 or 2. And since Sholu cannot be 1 or 2, Patty cannot be 4 and 5. Same thing, Sholu cannot be 4 and 5 because Patty cannot be 1 and 2. They have 2 people in between. So given that we have Sholu and Patty for 3 and 6, so that means no other person can be 3, no other person can be 6. So let's cancel 3 all through for all of it. Beautiful. Let's go to Oscar and Tandy. Since Oscar cannot be 3, yes, that means Tandy. Since Tandy can be 3, Oscar cannot be 6. Since Tandy can be 5, Oscar cannot be 2 because they have to have 2 people. Since Tandy can be 6, Oscar cannot be 3, and that is beautiful. Let's go ahead to solve again. They said Rachel comes after Tandy, okay, but before Patty, and Tandy and Sholu have 1 in between. So now let's look at solving it. Let's first start with assuming. You can do iterative assumptions. Let's assume first that Oscar is first. Oscar and Tandy have 2 people in between, so that means Tandy is 4th. And then they said Rachel comes after Tandy. That's Rachel is 5, and then Patty after 6. But then they told us that Tandy, which is number 6 here, Tandy has 1 between it and Sholu. But from here now we can see Sholu is 3. So that means Oscar cannot be 1. That would give a wrong arrangement. So let's go back. Let's cancel our Oscar as being 1. Next, Quintin as 1. Quintin as 1 would mean that if Oscar cannot be 1, that means Tandy itself cannot be 4. So back to, if Quintin is 1, it will mean Tandy is 2, right? And it would mean that Sholu, Rachel is going to come right after Tandy. But at this point, if Rachel is 2, if Tandy is 2, it means the other option for Rachel is 4 and 5, and that's not possible. So we cancel it. Eventually, we have the one left as Tandy being number 1. Rachel will become number 2. Um, Oscar will be number 4 because they have to have one in between. Next, we would have Oscar is number 4. Number 5 can be Quintin. So now we have to schedule Rachel and Sholu. So we can put Sholu as number we can put Sholu as number 3 and Patty as number 6. That solves the question. Next question. This is the fourth question at this point. The fourth question says that you are organizing a community service event. At least 6 people must be working at all times, and it's from the time 10 to 5. So our business is just 10 to 5. First of all, and 6 people must be working at all times, and then there is a break from 12 to 1. So not 12 to 1 is not our business, 5 to 6 is not our business, and 9 to 10 is not our business. From 10 to 11, we have 6 people working, at least 6 people. That condition is satisfied. But 11 to 12, we have only team A working, which is 4 people. So we can add our team there so that it is complete. It becomes 8 people, which is at least 6. 12 to 1, nobody is working. 1 to 2, we have team C working, which is 8 people. 2 to 3, we have only team A working, which is 4 people. So we can add to that 2 to 3. And 3 to 4, we have 6 people working, condition met. 4 to 5, we have 8 people working, condition met. So team D will be scheduled 11 to 12 and 2 to 3. Question solved. Let's go to the final question for this round. So this final question is an arrangement question. So let's go ahead again. So here we have Faye, we have Naomi, we have Sarah, we have Ari, we have Quintin, we have Tambu. So let's start. Number 1, Faye and Q are equal to 1 to 3. So that means Faye cannot be 4, 5, 6, and Quintin cannot be 4, 5, 6. And at the same time, they said, okay, highest to lowest. Okay. Then they said Naomi, second one, Naomi is higher than Ari. So Naomi is higher than Ari, but lower than Sarah. So that means Sarah has 2 people behind it. Naomi has 1 person in front of it and 1 person behind it. And Ari has 2 people in front of him. Then third, they didn't say anything. Fourth, they didn't say anything. Fifth, they said Q is greater than Sarah if T is equal to 4. So first of all, we need to confirm T is equal to 4 before we can say Q is greater than Sarah. Next, they said Tambo is lower than Sarah with exactly 1 employee. So if Sarah is here, there is a dash and there is Tambo. So that tells me something. Tambo cannot be first or second because it has 2 in front of it, and Sarah cannot be fifth or sixth. It has 2 behind it. But then Sarah from number 2, Sarah is in front of Naomi and Ari. But now they are not adding Tambo to it. So that means that's the third person Sarah is above. Naomi, Ari, and Tambo. So that teaches us something. We have 3 people taking position 1 to 3. Faye is between 1 to 3. Sarah is between 1 to 3. Quintin is between 1 to 3. So that means no other person can come in 1 to 3. So that means Tambo cannot be 1 to 3. Ari cannot be 1 to 3. Naomi cannot be 1 to 3. Beautiful. So we need to find a way to sort it out. So now let's go back again. Oh, there is a point we missed in the question. So they said that Naomi is more places away from Quintin, from Faye, than Quintin. And we know that Naomi is at the back. So that means Quintin, sorry, Control Z, Naomi. So they said Naomi is far away from Faye than it is from Quintin. So we'd have something like Faye comes first, then Quintin, then Naomi, right? So that tells me something. Quintin cannot be the first. So Sarah or Faye would be the first. Okay. Now let's go ahead in looking at it again. Faye, Quintin are in top 3. We have written that. Naomi is higher than Ari. Okay, yes. Naomi can either start from 4 and 5. So it tells, so and Naomi is higher than Ari. It means that Ari cannot be 4. Because if Naomi is 4, starts from 4, it has to be higher than Ari. Beautiful. Next one, Quintin must be higher than Sarah if Tambo is 4th. But we don't know yet if Tambo is 4th. Tambo is lower than Sarah with exactly 1 employee. Oh, we can look at it like that. So Sarah, Tambo. So that means if Sarah is number 1, Tambo will be number 3. But since Tambo cannot be number 3, Sarah cannot be number 1. So finally now we have our number 1 to be Faye. Next. If Sarah is number 2, Tambo is number 4. Beautiful. If Sarah is number 3, Tambo is number 5. Okay. But if Tambo is number 6, Sarah should be number 4. But since Sarah cannot be number 4, Tambo cannot be number 6. So finally, we have our number 6 to be Ari. So it's just by cancelling out. Next, they said, if Tambo is number 4, Quintin must be higher than Sarah. So let's assume Tambo is number 4. It tells me something. Quintin is number 2 and Sarah is number 3. But that will break a particular rule because they told us Sarah and Tambo have 1 in between, which is this 6. So that means it's not possible for Tambo to be number 4. So that means Tambo is not number 4. That means Tambo is number 5. And remember, they told us Sarah and Tambo have 1 in between. So that means Sarah is number 3, Quintin is number 2, and finally, Naomi is number 4. We have solved the question. So that brings us to the end of the question, and then we'll continue. Please drop anything you do not understand in the comment section, and then I am more than available to answer it, and you can share with your friends. Thank you.